All right, buckle up everybody, because today we're diving deep, way deep, into one of the coolest systems of symbolism out there. We're talking about the Chinese Zodiac.
Yeah, it's more than just horoscopes, right? This thing's been around for ages.
Oh, absolutely. We've got this ancient text that tells the story of how it all began. Basically, the origin story for the whole shebang.
We're talking the why behind the animals, their order. It's like a window into a whole other way of seeing the world.
Exactly. And today, we're going to unpack all of that, not just the who's who of these 12 animals, but like what their placement tells us about Chinese culture, about personality.
Even destiny, right? Like the Zodiac gets used for some pretty serious stuff.
Oh yeah, big time. So picture this. Our source describes this massive race orchestrated by none other than the Jade Emperor himself.
To choose the Zodiac animals, right? It's almost like a cosmic talent show.
Yeah, totally. And like in any good competition, not everyone's playing fair.
This is where the strategy comes in. And what's so cool is those strategic moves, they get projected onto the people born in that animal's year.
Okay, so right off the bat, you've got the rat. This little dude snatches victory by hitching a ride on the ox. Kind of cheeky, if you ask me.
It's more than just cheeky, though. The rat embodies this quick thinking, this knack for spotting an opportunity and going for it.
So it's not always about brute strength.
Not at all. It's about cleverness, how you navigate a world where resources are limited, right? There's almost this, like, commentary on social mobility, too, how the underdog can rise through wit.
Okay, that makes sense. But then how do people born in the year of the ox feel about this? Talk about getting used. You carry someone to victory and they steal the show.
Well, and this is where it gets really interesting. See, the ox isn't seen as foolish. They're about diligence, trustworthiness, that reliable strength.
But maybe a little too trusting.
Perhaps. It's almost like a cautionary tale, right? Like, yeah, hard work is essential, but you also need discernment. Got to be smart about who you trust.
Interesting. So next up, you've got the tiger and the rabbit, right? Both pretty speedy in their own right. But I bet the tiger, being all powerful and fierce, expected to be first.
Definitely. The tiger's all about raw power, no doubt. But their placement shows that even strength needs strategy. You got to play it right.
Okay, so what about the rabbit then? They're not exactly known for their power.
True, but the rabbit's got adaptability. It's about navigating obstacles with agility, finding those paths where others might stumble. And in Chinese culture, that's super valued. It shows you there are many ways to succeed.
I like that. So then we have the dragon. This is the one that always gets me. Could have easily won the whole thing, but stopped to help humanity. Pure nobility, right?
You got it. And that one act, it cements the dragon as the benevolent leader in the Zodiac. You've got immense power, sure, but you're expected to use it for good, for the benefit of everyone.
High bar to set, right?
It is. People born in the dragon year, they're not just destined for greatness, but greatness with a purpose. That's the deal.
Man, you really start to see how these aren't just random animals, huh? They're like archetypes.
Yeah.
They're reflecting these deep societal ideals.
Exactly. Okay, but then you've got the snake. Not exactly known for their nobility, are they?
Yeah, how does that fit in?
Well, think about it. The snake beats the horse.
Yeah.
How strategy. They understand the environment. They use it to their advantage. Some might call it cunning, but it's also resourcefulness, right?
So not bad, just different.
Exactly. The story doesn't judge. It just presents this way of being, this approach to life.
I dig it. And speaking of different approaches, then you have the sheep, the monkey, and the rooster. This crew teams up, right? Each using their unique skills to get to the finish line. Talk about collaboration.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And that right there, that underscores the importance of community and knowing your role within the group. Harmony, collective success, these are big in Chinese culture. It's not always about you, it's about the we.
I feel like that's something we could all use a little more of these days.
No doubt. All right, bring up the rear. We've got the dog and the pig. A little distracted, a little laid back, but not necessarily bad traits, right?
So what's the message there?
Well, the dog, with all that playfulness, that represents loyalty, joy, not taking life too seriously, and the pig, often seen as a symbol of abundance and contentment. It's like saying, hey, happiness isn't always about striving. There's value in just being.
Even in last place, huh?
Even in last place. It's all part of the whole picture.
It's amazing, right? From the ambitious rat to the easygoing pig. This whole race, it's not about who's fastest, but how all these different approaches to life, they all contribute to the grand tapestry of it all.
And that's what I love about the Zodiac. It's not about rigid definitions, but about understanding the diversity of human nature. Maybe even getting a little insight into our own strengths and weaknesses along the way.
So we started with a simple story, but man, there are so many layers here. Cultural meanings, societal ideals. It's fascinating. And on that note, I've got a question for you all listening. Do any of these animal archetypes resonate with you? Maybe taking a closer look at your own zodiac signs, its deeper meaning, could give you a fresh perspective on yourself and the world around you. Who knows? It's worth a shot.